What's going on, Phantom Force and Cosmox fans alike? This is Phantom Base coming at you with our Week 1 WPA prep versus Shady Mexican coach of the Buffalo Drills. Teams will appear in about 3, 2, and 1. And clearly, as you can see, we were allowed an Uber, and he decided not to draft one for some reason. So, another thing is that I'm a bit sick, as you can tell, so this is how I'm going to sound for a while. But I wanted to give you guys a good team prep, to show you my thought process behind all these teams. So, yeah, we're going to be muting in and out for a while. Anyway, let me actually sit up. I want to do that. Maybe that'll help me. Anyway, so, we have to assess some threats on this team. The main ones being Celesteela, Arcanine, Mega Sharpedo, and Donphan has to come to get rid of hazards. Cure 'em, while it can be a problem, isn't a crazy one. We have some decent switch-ins with things like Tentacruel, and things like, hilariously enough, Miss Maggie's could be a good one. Uxie's a great switch-in. Shelmet, don't judge Shelmet. Anyway, so, anyway, without any further ado, let's get into this. We're gonna hop into this team prep really fast. Let's go. First Pokemon we decided was obviously Dialga. Was a great mon for us to pick up first, or to draft, not to draft so much, but to make sure we had, so that we could have an answer for things like Mandibuzz, things like Celebi, things like Jolteon. This is the great switch into Jolteon. We have enough speed to outrun a max speed Jellicent, I believe. I don't know why I would creep that, but this also allows us to potentially outspeed an offensive Donphan, a non-invested Celebi, or Celebi invested like with a 20 in speed. Also allows us to outrun a, no, it's in outspeed max speed Celesteela. That's what it's for. So that way, if we can catch him on a switch with Thunderbolt, we can do a kill. We can do a kill with Thunderbolt if he's max speed, guaranteed. This also 2-hit kills the standard mix defensive wall Celesteela with Thunderbolt. Adam and Orb allows us to one-shot Kyurem at -2 with Draco Meteor. We one-shot Aromatisse with Flash Cannon every time. We one-shot a lot of things on this team, if not 2-shot. Draco is just a nuke. First team Flash Cannon is coverage for things like I said, Aromatisse, and a Thunderbolt is the coverage we need for Celesteela. Other than that, we don't really need anything else, so we threw Stealth Rock on there because this is going to pressure things out really hard. And yeah, the next Pokemon I decided to put on this team was actually something that I wanted to kind of, hilariously enough, be a decent check to Mega Sharpedo, and so I decided to make a Sneasel. If he brings Mega Sharpedo, he's got to bring near max speed to Greet my Nihilego. Since we're not forced to Mega Evolve first turn in this, I expect him to stay a lot to protect first turn, which means that I can get a free switch into Sneasel. And if he goes for Aqua Jet, well, first off, my switch into Sneasel may signal to him that I'm scarfed, so he may go Aqua Jet and either protect. And if I go low kick, like, the funny thing is with this Sneasel set is I guaranteed live 2 Aqua Jets from Adamant Mega Sharpedo, as well as a liquidation from a Jolly Mega Sharpedo. It's a roll for an Adamant one to kill us, and we one shot with low kick because of the spread that I expect him to have. Sorry, I'm not muting myself anymore. He shouldn't kill us. Knockoff is for general, get rid of items. Icicle Crash, one shot Celebi. 2 shots Mandibuzz, unless it's like a Spadef variant, which we actually one-shot it. Ice Shard is for the last ditch effort to hit things, and Knockoff is to get rid of items on things like Kyurem, so we could potentially turn around and low kick it and kill it if he's scarfed. And yeah, this investment, like I said, allows us to live 2 Adamant Aqua Jets from Sharpedo, Mega Sharpedo, as well as 1 Jolly Liquidation, guaranteed. That it's like I said, a roll from Adamant. Anyway, the next set we're going to go into is my Nihilego, a pretty bulky black sludge set, but with enough speed to creep his Celebi, enough special attack to get the special attack boost from Beast Boost, and the rest is an HP, which allows us to take some hits from Arcanine, which we actually one-shot with Power Gem. We one-shot we two-shot Mandibuzz with Power Gem. We one-shot Celebi with Sludge Wave. Aromatisse gets two-shot with Sludge Wave. We two-shot Kyurem with Power Gem. We can Thunder Wave things like Mega Sharpedo, and we two-shot it with Sludge Wave. Like, the only thing that stops this thing is a Celesteela, which we do have a switch in for that I'll show you later. And Toxic Spikes on this is particularly good because his team does not appreciate them. His only defoggers are Mandibuzz and Skuntank, and I don't expect him to bring Skuntank with my ability to just kind of beat that thing down with potential Earth Power on my Dialga, as well as my Nihilego being a pretty decent switch in, considering that it's not going to be running. It can't get knockoff, so the best thing it can get is Sucker Punch. And if I Thunder Wave it first, then that thing can be severely hindered and be brought into range for other things. The next Pokemon I have is a Spadef Heavy Tapu Bulu, but it's kind of bulky. It's a Subseed set with Mega Horn and Horn Leech. This is meant to capitalize on his potential his potential Celesteela switch in and click sub first. We outspeed a max speed non-speed boosting nature Celesteela, and we can obviously get a Horn Leech up on it or a Leech Seed up on it, and then get a switch into our guaranteed switch in. We also can, this allows us a second check to not only Jellicent, because we do outspeed Jellicent, but it also gives us a secondary switch into Jolteon. Kyurem isn't going to take a Mega Horn. We one-shot Celebi with Mega Horn. We one-shot Mega Sharpedo with Horn Leech. We potentially two-shot Jellicent with Horn Leech. A lot of things either go, and if he has Skuntank, we can actually blow away Skuntank with 2 Mega Horns. The Adamant nature allows us to two-hit kill. I believe it was to two-hit kill Skuntank with Horn Leech, as well as a Mandibuzz with Horn Leech. Anyway, I never named this thing, but I want to name it the Minotaur because I like that name on this thing. Anyway, yeah, the Subseed is just really good for his team. It allows us to capitalize on Donphan trying to spin. We can just spam Horn Leech until that thing dies and get rid of it. There's only hazard removers in, like I said, Mandibuzz, Donphan, and Skuntank are his only hazard removal. Now, my last Pokemon is a Life Orb Tornadus Therian with Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-Turn, Dark Pulse. We are running enough speed to creep his a Chinchino. Hurricane blows it away. Heat Wave, 2 shots, the normal Showdown's spread of Celesteela. U-Turn has a roll, pretty much guaranteed Oko's Celebi after rocks. Dark Pulse blows away Celebi and Jellicent, and if I recall, and yeah, U-Turn just helps us get a lot of initiative. Hurricane is just spammable versus his team, especially after Celesteela is gone, because we don't have to click Hurricane anymore, spam or Heat Wave anymore, spam Hurricane for days. Yeah, and our last Pokemon that we're going to be bringing is one of our few defensive mons, and that is Shelmet. People think it's a mean pick, but look at this thing. This thing, with this defense investment, takes max, I believe, we take max of 49% from a max attack heavy slam from Celesteela. We take nothing from anything else. We live a Flare Blitz from Arcanine after rocks, and we can recover up on that for days. Also, the fun thing about this is it really supports my team. In fact, if I get burned, it's way better than if I get poisoned. We can acid armor pass into Dialga or Nihilego, and we can really start chewing a lot of hits with those two mons and really start breaking down his team in that. And also, we can get a Leech Seed up and then get it out into one of those two. We can get some passive recovery going. And like I said, Acid Armor Pass is going to be so good versus his team. And that we can just get into, we can use this thing to wall Celesteela. If he has Leech Seed, we can recover up and then just hard switch out without really much of an issue, because another great switching we have is in Dialga. And if he's going to be spamming Leech Seed, so be it. We can kind of scout for a Leech Seed. As brave as it would be, we can scout for a Leech Seed with Tapu Bulu. And like I said, we outspeed every time. We can click a substitute in hopes that he might think we're going to switch. I don't know, it's a tough scenario. I don't expect him to bring Leech Seed, though, because of my Tapu Bulu, as well as the fact that, I mean, yeah, I won't be switching it. Normally I wouldn't switch in Tapu Bulu, but, yeah, other reasons why I don't think he'll bring Leech Seed is because I've got things like Tentacruel that can bring Liquid Ooze. That would potentially be really bad for him to bring that against. I expect a more setup Celesteela, and so with a counter setup with Acid Armor, I can prevent that thing from really damaging us. If he's special, we each take max like 40% from an Air Slash. We take max 43% from Flamethrower. Actually, that's what the roll is. We take max 43% from Flamethrower, and we take max. Actually, I think we take the same roll from Heavy Slam. Now that I think about it, with this investment, it's ridiculous how bulky Shellman is. At +2, we can take at +2 from a defensive Arcanine. We take max +2 from defensive Arcanine. We take max 31% from Flare Blitz. +4, I think, actually. I don't know, it's ridiculous. And with this investment, we only need 4 special attack, and we 2-shot Mega Sharpedo with Bug Buzz, which is crazy. Offensive Mega Sharpedo, anyway. I don't expect, like I said, don't expect much bulk in him. So after rocks, he guaranteed gets 2-shot, which is great because he can't 2-shot me, and he can't crit me with Shell Armor, which is fantastic. Because like I said, I can pass speed, or not pass speed. We're not allowed to pass speed, but I can pass the Acid Armor into, like I said, Dialga, or Nihilego, or Tornadus, or even a Tapu Bulu. Like, literally we can pass defense and do anything on this team, and it's perfect. Like, because the rest of this team just breaks down his team. And with a defense boost, they really just complements this team so well. Anyway, Sophie's going to be the unsung hero of this match. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We're about to have our battle with Shady here in a few minutes. That's all it's been for me. This has been Phantom Base. We'll catch you in the match. Bye, guys.